Well, it's all right. I didn't have time to comb my hair anyways. My hair look okay, Doug?
Well, I'm kind of mussy myself. Yeah.
It's the Hair Brothers.
My bad hair days.
Hair
right
today,
here.
gone tomorrow.
Ah, blah, 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 blah.
How you doing? I'm Larry Bly.
I'm Doug Patterson.
And this is Cookin Cheap.
It is?
Although it's sort of starting out like some sort of a circusy type of thing. I wanted to read you a letter.
Uh-oh.
Not that one.
Oh.
This is a real one.
Oh, my goodness. It's an epic.
Well, I'll just your recipes for pound cake are way off.
Uh-oh.
I'm 80 years old and baked pound cake all my life, and the last words from my dying husband was, "Doll, make me a pound cake." Swear to God, right now. When I get home. Now, she doesn't say whether he actually made it home to eat the pound cake or not. It's very surprising. Anyway, she says, I'm from the old school where a pound cake is literally a pound of everything. Flour, a pound of sugar, a pound of butter, and a pound of eggs, which is 10 eggs to a pound, she claims. And blah, 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 blah. No baking powder, none of this nonsense with almond flavoring. Just proceeds.
Well, I just want to know.
Take us out.
When did we do pound cake?
We didn't.
Oh.
She's watching an old television show that's been around for 3 or 4 years. And,
so I dodged that bullet, huh?
But I just got the letter today.
Oh.
And obviously she just saw it somewhere up north there. You know, we could see the problem with this show is it's just so gosh darn popular. It's just rolling around all over America in different forms.
And we're going to get in trouble in every single state.
I'm literally a teenager still in Minnesota.
Are you?
Understand. Well, let's see what we're supposed to do here today. Let's see if we can get the witch in here.
Whoa.
Oh, right on cue.
Whoa.
Right on cue.
Pervu. See ya.
So long, Witchy Poo.
Boing.
She's in the rafters now.
Aren't we all?
Guys and Doris. So what do you have against breakfast anyway?
Nothing.
Was your mother attacked by a breakfast biscuit when she was carrying you? Come on, rise and shine. Fix me some eggs. Martha McMuffin. And the whole McMuffin family. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. I thought we'd get a bigger laugh than that. Martha McMuffin. I thought it was anyway, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do blueberry sour cream pancakes. Sent in by Dolly Mullins of Wise, Virginia.
And I'm going to do scrambled egg muffins. Doesn't that sound intriguing?
Ooh, it does. It's very lovely.
And it's from Robert Lamb of Harrisonburg.
Harrisonburg is up near my neck of the woods. And the very lovely Doris is going to do grits and cheese, sent in by Robert Ratliff of Grundy, Virginia.
Yummy.
Grits and cheese. I love grits and love cheese.
Well, there you go.
So there you go.
It's a good combo
for you. It's got to be a good combo. And she baked this thing, you know, just yesterday, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Soon, we hope. I'm going to make blueberry. Oh, I already said that. First thing I have to do is my topping, and then I'm going to just turn it over to you for a while.
Okay, cool.
Is that okay?
That's fabulous.
You wouldn't be offended, would you?
Not in the least.
Which contains a half a cup of sugar on top of the stove there.
Easy for you to say.
2 tablespoons of cornstarch. 1, 2. A cup of water. And 4 cups of fresh or frozen blueberries. Now, I got the frozen kind.
Why not?
And they have thawed out. 4 cups. And that's not 4 cups, but that's all I got. Well, I can put a couple from the other bag in there because the pancakes themselves take the rest of them, and you don't need that many for pancakes, so I'll put just a few more of those in. And all of that in. And what you do is you bring that to a boil. Well, you were supposed to add that after it boiled, but that's okay. It's close enough. It'll do. So there you go, and I'm just going to cook that down right now. Doug, it's up to you. And I forgot to turn on the...
First thing I am going to do is brown half a pound of bulk sausage. You know that sausage
bulk sausage.
You remember him, don't you? Bulk sausage. He was in a rodeo, I think. But I got your friend's sausage. I did, because I know how much he likes you.
Mr. Jimmy Dean.
And if he's
nice
watching,
guy.
we love you.
Nice guy.
Wants
to be on the show.
He's going to win the state song, too. You want to bet?
Wants to be on the show.
You want to bet? That he wrote the new state song?
Well, we don't know.
But I bet he's a finalist.
Well, yeah, he and Donna, his lovely wife. But he does. He called me at the office, and he wants to be on the show.
Well, I say we should do it.
So anyway, we'll see.
I also... oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Go ahead.
That's all I had to say.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'm going to get a quarter of a cup of green pepper chopped and half a cup of onion chopped. So I'll be chopping.
Oh.
So you just go right ahead because yours takes 14 weeks.
Well, yeah, what I need to do now, I've got the topping over here, and I've got to get this stuff up and boiling so this will thicken. This is, as far as thickens goes on it. Next thing we have to do is we have to do the pancake part, which starts with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to mix all the dry ingredients first. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. 2 cups. How you been, Doris? Been all right? Okay.
Oh, she's not happy.
She sounds a little severe today. I don't know what that's all about. Are you unhappy about anything? You're just tired. Harold been running you around the house all morning, noon, and night, huh? Harold been chasing you around? A week with the grandchildren. Oh, there we go. I knew it was going to come out sooner or later. She is tired.
Spent a week, one day with the grandchildren.
Have worn her to a nub. Quarter of a cup of sugar. What do I do with it?
It's measured.
It's already measured.
Oh, sure. You
Where's
get your
it
stuff measured.
Quarter of a cup.
I measured the other one.
Says grandkids. They've worn her out. She thinks she's done things that she hasn't done. Quarter of a cup. Yeah, you pre-measured the other one. That goes in there. And 4 teaspoons of baking powder. This thing just does go on so. Teaspoons. You know, at home I do just old pancakes. Oof, nothing to them. But this is a fancy one. How many?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Come in.
We actually have, ladies and gentlemen, several staff members that actually made it all the way up to 4 today.
I'm very impressed, you know.
True. Usually I make it to about 2. This is not doing anything. Why is this not doing anything? This isn't even getting hot.
It's a plot, you know.
Why is this?
They
well,
don't
it
trust-
appears to be.
They don't trust us with the doors. They don't trust us with the oven.
Yes, we now have, well, let's not get into
Okay.
that. The place is a fortress, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
I'd ask you to come down to see us, but you couldn't get in. Okay, half a teaspoon of salt. Half teaspoon. Doris thinks it was more than that. She's always complaining about my salty pancakes. And mix that around real good to make sure everything's distributed pretty well.
Oh.
Uh-oh, you hear what I hear?
Do you hear what?
Hammerstrom on camera number 1 is cracking the gum again. Have you heard that, huh? And you know what I always say, Jim? You got any for me? Huh? Thank you. He always shares.
That's
Don't you think
nice.
it's nice? Ooh, super bubble. That's especially nice.
Is that the one with the little cartoon in there?
I don't think so.
Oh, no, that's Bazooka.
I don't believe I have it. No, that's another one. No, it's got nothing.
Remember those as a kid?
Nothing in it.
When we were kids?
Oh, thank heavens, it's getting to be warm. Oh, yeah, they had a little cartoons in them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fun.
And the guy-
Okay,
Oh,
that's
jeez.
the dry part. Let's go back to Doug and see what he's up to.
Oh, wait till you hear this one. There's a dozen eggs in this recipe.
Dozen eggs.
Dozen eggs. I'm telling you, my arteries have closed, ladies and gentlemen. They're no longer in working condition. But, you know,
Are they're closing. Are they going to be reopening in another town?
no,
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 show business.
we closed
I
out
thought
of-
you would think that was funny.
we closed out of town. Anyway, you're going to beat these up. Well, then again, maybe you won't because I just dropped everything.
Don't get nervous, Doug.
And I know. I'm just so concerned that you have enough time. Oops.
Oh, I'll have lots of time. Don't worry.
Oh, good. Well,
And even if I don't, who cares?
now I can sleep tonight. What did I drop? Who cares?
What do you got?
Okay, beat those eggs. Beat those eggs. Isn't that nice? Didn't think I could do that, did you?
That is an awful lot of eggs, yeah. That's
Well,
terrific.
you're going to make a dozen muffins. So it's like 1 egg per
Yeah.
muffin. So it's not like you're going to croak or anything like that. Well, maybe you will. But anyway. So, now you're going to add
I need another little
your green
bowl.
pepper and your onion. Oh. Throw that baby in there. Ooh. This is like a big old cheesy western.
Oh.
For those of us who
I'm gonna
live
pour some of this
out
butter
here in Southwest Virginia, cheesy westerns
wait a minute, I'll just do
are
it.
our life. They're paying absolutely no attention to me whatsoever.
Is there a television
They're
show going on here?
They're so concerned about their own moments.
No. You see,
that
Doris and
I
Doris
could
and
just go home. Nobody would care one lousy bit.
I'm consulting with Miss Doris. You know, we pay her fabulous amount of money to come down here and give us advice, and I just hate to ignore her. And, well, there were just some things I needed to know.
I just want to know. Never mind. Okay, now
I keep asking her questions about
to this, add your drained sausage.
Ooh, that is looking pretty already.
Isn't that good? La 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 la. Isn't this interesting, ladies and germs?
Well, of course it is. Pleased to see you're
Doing
getting
some.
this thing along here. This is very lovely. I think this is going to be great. I just love this kind of recipe.
Do you?
Well, especially if you've
Well, you know,
got
it's
company
kinda
coming
fun.
in from out of town.
Sure.
Because it's no, you know, it's a,
It's a no-brainer.
well, yeah. Didn't want to say that, but that's actually what it is.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm disappearing. Hello, I'm back. Now, I'm going to put in a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and a 1/2 teaspoon of saute.
Well, I'm very happy to say that this topping is finally getting ready to bubble. This thing finally heated up the way I needed it to. And
Hope you
we're
like
going to have to
pepper.
bring that to a little bit of a boil because you want that to thicken real good because that's going to be your famous blueberry topping.
Blueberries are my life. I love
Oh, I
blueberries.
see. You know what? I never bought frozen ones before. Did you ever bought frozen ones before, Doris? She freezes her. Oh, she
wow.
goes out, picks them.
Me.
She puts them in the freezer. She freezes them. She fixes the freezer when it breaks. She and Harold carried the freezer 6 miles through 4 feet of snow. Oh, anyway, nothing easy with Doris. Nothing at all.
Nothing ventured,
Well,
nothing
this is-
gained.
Oh, that is smelling wonderful. You make sure that you keep it moving at this point because you do not want it to stick on the bottom. If you do that, you'll get your. But look at that, it's starting to thicken real nice. That's all that cornstarch in there doing the job. I also have a wonderful recipe that I do periodically for a lemon sauce, which requires cornstarch also for thickening purposes. It's quite lovely on gingerbread. Wonderful. It's an old Betty Crocker recipe.
And she's not happy about it at all.
Well, I don't know.
About you stealing her stuff.
Look at this. Oh, perfect. One of the duller shows we've done in some time, don't you think, Doug?
Oh, yeah. Here, I'm putting in, you're going to love this.
What's that?
I'm putting in some cheddar cheese.
Ooh, yes.
And stir that in as well.
Now, I have a funny feeling that if I let that set long enough, I probably should cut it off right now because just getting to where I like it, it's almost a little thicker than a syrup. You don't want it to get too thick. It'll just be a big blobby thing.
Like some people we know.
Big old blobby thing.
You remember him, don't you, old Blobby?
Oh.
Wasn't he a kid show?
There's this rather portly lady that comes in the Waffle House every morning, and I think that she's Lulu Roman from the Hee Haw.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, bless her.
I really. Do anybody remember Lulu?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, here, I'm really embarrassed.
What?
These are called scrambled egg muffins, but I forgot the muffin tin. Oh,
It just
she's
so
a
happens.
genius. She's a little baby, teeny weeny baby.
Just so happens you're going to need some spray.
I got it.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Where
I'm
you
backing,
got it?
I'm backing up.
Where you got it?
Right here. Oop. There, you happy now?
Well, I was a little nervous about it. Well, I've got to finish this stuff, or we'll never get it done.
Okay.
So whenever you get a break, it's okay. No hurry.
Okay.
Just hustle it along.
Me? Okay. I'm now going to finish mine off. You happy? Take 1/3 cup, put it in. This is going to make a dozen
Let's see you do
of
it.
these little babies. Bloop. Bloop.
Cups of milk, 1.5 cups of milk.
Fabulous.
Cups of milk.
And you're going to bake these at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes, or until the knife comes out clean. I always love that, you know? You just stick a knife in your thing.
And then what are you going to put it in the oven and bake it for how long?
20 to 25 minutes, or until the knife comes out clean.
Or is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Well, you know, I have so much to keep up.
A bit of attention to.
Well, I have. Now, I want you to look at this. This looks wonderful. It really does. This is just perfect. It has boiled and thickened. Very, very lovely. Very nice. And, you know, depending on how thick you want it as to how long you boil it, I've now turned it off. Okay?
Oops.
Got to get my pan back on the oven to start heating because you got to get that pretty hot.
Hot stuff.
Next thing, all right, to all of this dry ingredient, I've added 2 eggs, which I'm going to smash all 2 pieces. And 1.5 cups of milk. You can just sort of add that slowly. Try not to get any on yourself. And we also have 1/3 cup of melted margarine goes in there. Oh, you know this has got to be good with all that margarine. Goes in there. And all this stuff is continuing to boil. What will I do? I need to get it off of here. Let me put it back here. Get it out of the way. Okay, sorry.
Well, how smart of you.
Sort of mix that around. And we also have a cup of sour cream goes in there.
You measure with such grace and
About
style.
that much. Make sure you get that worked in there real well. And then the last thing you add are, of course, the blueberries.
Yum.
Did I get everything, Doris? And just a whole bunch of them. Well, that's not good. Well, that's disgusting. That's why she doesn't use the
Because it has all the liquid
because they
in
get
it.
all over the Now, you see, isn't that pretty? Looks just like IHOP. That's what it reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
If I just had a big old bouffant hairdo. Okay, now,
Well, we could work on
take
that.
yourself. I hope. Oh, yes, it's perfect.
Oh.
Just a little bit.
Oh, yum.
Don't overdo it.
Oh.
And now you just wait until little bubbles come up on top of that. When the bubbles come up on top of that, it means that they're ready to flip
Well,
over.
Lord, I thought I'd never
Wonderful.
believe. Never mind.
What's that?
Look.
What? Oh my heavens. They are astounding. Can somebody get, look at those
Well,
things.
I was just laughing up my sleeve
Those
about
are
these. Saying,
amazing.
yeah, it's going to be a little glob. It's going to look like
They
that.
are simply beautiful.
I am deeply moved, aren't you?
I think we have the Cook sisters coming in
We
here
do?
right now. Cook sisters,
We love them.
Tootsie and Roxy,
Yeah.
Aunt Roxy, non-Tootsie,
Coming in.
long
right
lost
now.
relative,
One-time baby.
and going to tell us a little information.
Gosh, I hope
right
so.
now. Yeah.
Hey, Toots,
Huh?
how you doing
Who
today?
are you?
Oh, for heaven's
Oh.
sakes, you know darn well who I am.
Actually, I remember now. I just thought it'd be funny.
Just working the nerves to a frazzle. But hey, I got a little idea for
That's
you.
easy for you to say.
I. It's all about me, you know. Well, here it is, you know.
Roxy's getting funnier as we go along.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Do you go away on trips?
yeah.
Is this tough for you?
It's been so long, I can't remember.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, here's
It
a
was a
little.
horse and carriage.
Here's a little tip for you. When you go away, take a little baggie, put some ice cubes in it, stick it in your freezer. You know why?
Mm-mm.
Well, if the power goes out while you're gone, the ice cubes will melt, the food will freeze and thaw, and you'll know that something was wrong. So you don't start giving yourself illnesses from the tainted food that
You
we
know, I didn't understand a word of that, but I'm Tootsie Cook,
And
and
I'm
you're probably
Roxy Cook.
Roxy, and we're the
freeze.
Cook sisters.
Hello.
Now, you know, I want to show you
Yep.
what you do with the first 2 pancakes.
You heave
there
'em
they
away.
are. See what they are?
Yeah, throw them away.
Take them. Toss
There
them
they
in the
go.
can, boys.
Goodbye.
That's what you do with the first 2. You know why that is? Because you can almost never get the first waffle right, and you can almost never get the first pancakes right because you're adjusting, and it's still too hot. You're adjusting your heat until you get it just right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you have to do.
Well, how nice
So
for
anyway,
you.
how about giving your recipe?
Okay, love
How
to.
about jumping over there? How about looking in the oven?
Hi,
How about
everybody,
doing
I'm
this?
back,
How
and-
about doing that?
Scrambled egg muffins from Robert Lamb of Harrisonburg. 1/2 pound bulk sausage, 12 eggs, 1/2 cup of chopped onion, 1/4 cup of chopped green pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, quarter of a teaspoon of pepper,
What?
quarter of a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/2 cup shredded cheddar cheese. Bake them for 20-25 minutes in a 350-degree oven.
Okay, mine calls for all sorts of stuff. Topping is 1/2 cup of sugar, a tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, a cup of water, 4 cups fresh or frozen blueberries. The pancakes themselves, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a quarter of a cup of sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, 1 1/2 cups of milk, 1 cup, that's about 8 ounces of sour cream, and a 1/3 cup of margarine melted, and a cup of fresh or frozen blueberries. And how lovely they are. Well, Doris is with us, and she has something real yellow and cheesy.
Right, I had to do grits and cheese, and it seems like you were talking about in your childhood you ate nothing but Cheese Whiz. It looks like you guys picked out nothing but Cheese Whiz recipes.
I know.
Because here's another one. And it takes 3/4 cup regular grits, 2 1/2 cups of milk, 1/2 cup of butter, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and a 5-ounce jar of Cheese Whiz. And you have to use the regular, not the instant grits. You cook those up, you put everything else in it, and bake it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. And it puffed up pretty. Now, I made this hours ago.
That's beautiful.
And it still looks pretty interesting. And then just what I licked off the spoon tasted pretty good at home.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Really. And one of the reasons I do blueberries, on my own blueberries, is you don't have all that juice and stuff in. When you buy them fresh if you can, put them in a bag, put them in the freezer, and if you want to make blueberry pancakes and things, you'll have better results, I think.
You tell them, Doris.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, that was pretty short and sweet.
I guess so.
Actually, I was hoping it wouldn't be so short or sweet.
You know, my friend Lucille would eat that whole grits
Is that so, really?
thing
Yeah.
in a heartbeat.
Well, these pancakes, I'm just flipped them over one more time because they're real thick. You can thin this down a little bit because the thicker it
great.
gets, the more chance that you're going to have one that's a tad a little bit raw in the middle if you hurry them like I'm doing. But you can see those are real pretty. I'm only going to make 1 each.
Okay.
Talk about being real tight-fisted here.
Boy.
And I got to tell you, there's enough of these to make. How much does this make?
47,000.
Served with blueberry. Honest, look at this. Look at this huge. You could swim in this thing. It's huge, the
Oops.
amount of stuff. I mean, that probably would make, I don't know, 15, 20, maybe not that many. It's difficult to, you want the thing left on, did you say? She's shouting at me. She's scurrying about behind the camera. Leave this on. No. Get out of here. So's your mother. All sorts of stuff. So anyway, well, I'm going to put this on. I'm going to leave it, and you're going to take care of it while I'm gone, aren't you?
Right.
All right?
Should probably try to get the juice out of
No,
this.
I know. She's going to do something with it. Okay, there you go. It's up to you. Now, here are these, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this directly on, and then we'll transfer it over. This could have been a little bit thicker, but I like it kind of thin. I don't like it real goopy. So isn't that pretty?
That is
Lovely? Huh? Huh?
Greatest,
Huh?
greatest of
Okay,
lovelies.
let's go over here.
Okay. Here
You
we
take
go.
care of that, Doris. I'm going to be watching you now, darling. So anyway, well, this is beautiful.
It's just a veritable potpourri of stuff.
Wow, there you go. Very lovely. Came right off of there without shattering or anything else. Very pretty.
Oops.
And I do love grits. I have to get rid of my gum. I'll stick that over on the side of the plate. Well, this thing is fabulous looking. You had never
Aren't they
tried
kind
it
of fun?
before
No.
today's show?
No, isn't that kind of fun?
He was talking to me earlier on the phone. He was so nervous about
Oh,
this.
I was.
He was
I was just shuddering.
He just couldn't. But it's very hot inside.
It's molten.
I'm going to let it go for a moment. I'm going to try my pancakes, which I hope will be good. How could they not be?
Oh, golly.
They are good.
Ooh.
Let
Throw
me try.
Throw me some grits, would you?
Oh. Which, by the way, you know what? Them things is better than macaroni and cheese. I'm not kidding you. That's better than macaroni and cheese. Fabulous. I love these recipes. And this
It's molten.
is wonderful. But now, how come these four are real orange and these are real yellow?
Well, I sort of hit the bottom of the bowl and where all the cheese is settled.
We have multicolored ones.
Well, it's for people who don't like cheese.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't that clever of me
Well,
to do that?
why would they be eating any of this food, for heaven's sake? This is wonderful. The meal is fabulous. What a great breakfast. Way to do breakfast more often. Goodbye.
Already?